What up? I have a little something on my mind today that I just wanted to talk about. It's cohabitation. And for those of you who don't know what that means, cohabitation is when two people live together without being married. So it's been about 2.5 to 3 years since my boyfriend and I made the decision to move in together, and it's been an interesting journey. I get a lot of questions as far as what it's like, living with my boyfriend, so I just wanted to share. So I'm gonna break this down into like the cons and the pros. I like to do the bad stuff first and then the good stuff, so bear with me, okay? So, con number one. This is a big one for me, and it's something that I kind of dealt with a lot like early on when we first moved in, but now I'm okay with it. At least I know how to handle my feelings more. But my biggest fear in terms of moving in with my boyfriend was this whole idea of like maybe I was giving up too much too soon. Like the people who I talked to about it kind of like advised me against it, saying like, oh, if you live like you're married, then a man's never going to see a reason to marry you, and you can't make things that convenient in your relationship that early on because all these naysayers and all these reasons why you shouldn't. But it kind of got to me because I did kind of feel like with us living together in the same household and sharing finances and everything that comes along with it, what's really the difference between us being married and us not being married? That's kind of like a fear that I had, and I guess I kind of still have it because I do sometimes think about the things that we kind of take for granted when we live together and that type of stuff. So that's like my biggest fear. Another con is something that I just mentioned, which is like taking each other for granted. And since we see each other every single day, we wake up next to each other every single morning, I think sometimes we forget how special what we have is. I think we forget that we're blessed to be so compatible that we can do this, and when you get in your day-to-day routines and you kind of get consumed in yourself and you forget about that other person that's living with you. Like you literally exist in the same orbit, in the same, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, one of us has to remind the other one to kind of like snap out of it and wake up and stop being a jerk or stop being a bitch. Like I woke up in a horrible mood this morning and I was bitching, and we definitely sometimes get caught up in that. Another con that I wanted to say or talk about was something that he kind of mentioned to me. He feels that since we do live together, that he kind of spoils me with his time because, and I'm putting myself out there right now, but I sometimes kind of get jealous when he's going out with his friends. And I mean, it's nothing that we ever fight over, but it definitely causes him to be like, are you freaking kidding me? He'll be like, okay, I'm going out with the guys tonight, and I'll be like, what? You didn't tell me that, so that's something that I think from a guy's perspective, they sometimes feel like, I'm giving you all my time and a lot of attention and everything else, and sometimes for us women, like too much is not enough. So I guess one more, not really negative thing, but something to think about before you or anyone makes a decision to like move in with your significant other, things kind of come to a head, and it takes a whole lot of maturity, I think, and respect for each other to kind of handle them. Because I think if you go into a situation like this where you're living with someone too soon and you don't really grasp the whole respect and communication thing, it can be tough because literally you're in a household together and you have to respect that household. The minute you don't, then everything else will kind of crumble around you. So there are a lot of positives to living with my boyfriend. The first one is just the fact that like we're best friends. He's hands down my best friend, and I mean I have female friends of course who are like sisters to me, but he's definitely my best friend. And so every single day I get to hang out with him, and that's the coolest thing ever. It's cool to just be young and in love and kind of be worry free and just be able to do exactly what I want to do with who I want to do it with. So another positive is the fact that we share finances. I know that this is like a lot for some people. The thing about me is that I'm very laid back. And being such a laid back person, I don't really stress out about things that I think a lot of other people do stress out about, and money is the big one. I always feel like money comes and then it goes, and then it comes and then it goes. And so me being that way and him being a personal finance whiz, like together we're just dynamic in terms of that. So that's really, really cool. Another cool thing about us living together is I get to kind of spoil him or shower him with my goodness. I mean, I'm really into like food and preparation and cooking and entertaining, and so me being self-employed and him being in the line of work that he's in, I have the luxury of being able to cook breakfast for him pretty much every day, and sometimes we just have leftovers for lunch, but I definitely love to cook dinner, and I'm always trying new things. And he's so excited about the little things, and he loves to eat, and he's not picky. So whatever I make, it's kind of like an event for us every single day. So I love that. And I think it's important that, you know, you still maintain yourself when you're in a relationship and when you're living together. The two of you shouldn't like seep into just one blob. I don't believe in that. I don't think it's fun, you know. And so I like that I can still be me and still do the things that I'm into and share that with him. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, but I just wanted to talk. I hope this was interesting if you're watching, and I mean, leave me a comment if you have like experiences that you want to share. Okay, see you guys later.